Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options in Play video update. Uh, Crazy week. I think I said that yesterday, but it's been a crazy week. We've had all sorts of wild reversals and gaps and headlines, and there's a lot going on in the overall market that's just really creating like a ton of volatility under the surface. And when you when you take all of that and then combine it with kind of like a busier lineup of earnings, I mean, it just makes for a different scenario than maybe we've seen in a while, right? And when I did the earnings video for this week, I mean, I'm sure you heard in the tone of my voice, and I said it a lot. I mean, you kind of have to get a feel for how software reports are going, how the market's treating it. Like, is it risk on, risk off, right? So what I mean by that is earnings, they don't happen in a vacuum, right? I mean, if a lot of tech names are getting hit and there's a lot of risk off selling as traders are lightening up, then it's going to be difficult for some of these momentum, high priced, expensive software stocks to really get paid, especially if they're just right at or near their 52-week high, right? Um, and there's plenty of examples of companies that are reporting, but I mean today I feel like, and as we get into tonight and tomorrow with more names on the calendar, I mean Salesforce wasn't a particularly bad report. Quarter was solid, guidance was okay, but you can see, I mean, just kind of more risk off, and it's getting hit pretty hard to the downside, giving up what 2-3 months of gains in basically one session, just because we're kind of in that environment, right? Zscaler, another one, had a big beat and raise. The stock was actually green for a little while this morning, and then just got absolutely clobbered during the session. Huge reversal to the downside because again, we're not in an environment where they really want to like pay up and chase some of these things higher. Okay, and like those are just two. There's a lot more companies reporting today and tomorrow that could kind of fall into those categories. So it's just something you want to weigh, right? Like get a feel for the tape. Like if it's risk on, great, right? If people are paying up for things, if people are like kind of pushing stuff or chasing some stocks to 52-week high, or if you see a lot of like crazy gaps, right? Then maybe you want to like focus more on options around earnings, or maybe focus more on the bull side. But if you're in this environment where there's a little bit more risk off mentality, then you really need to be careful with like the money you're laying out. You really need to weigh like, okay, like do I need to take options into this report, or can I wait until tomorrow and maybe get the stock at a better price and the options at a better price, right? Because if people aren't really willing to like chase stuff up or really bid it up sharply overnight, then more often than not, you can get better opportunities either the next day or maybe like a couple days later when the stock consolidates and maybe the option pricing starts coming back down to earth. All right, so with earnings the remainder of this week, and then even there's some bigger names next week. It's just something to consider. And I mean, while we're in this like volatile environment where some stocks are getting hit a little bit harder, just really want to make sure that the risk you're taking is like the reward is worth the risk, right? And if the reward is not there, then you need to question the amount of risk. All right. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading events with options or swing trading with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night, stay well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.